Hello! Here is the finished mock-up. Front, side, back, and other side. Here is the mock-up on a dress form, so I can just get a good idea of how I want to shape the top and bottom of the corset. As you could see at the back of the corset on me, it was actually closed, so I'm going to get rid of some extra fabric and subtract that from the pattern. So a good place I found to subtract some inches are on this extra back piece here where there was too much space. So that turned out to be about 1/2 inch. So if I took off 1/2 inch on each side, that would give me about 1 inch gap in the back, which should be fine. Also, when I made this, I did not make this back piece long enough to match up with this piece, so I will have to either I would have to either shorten this piece or lengthen this one, but I have the bones for this length, so I will have to add on a piece here. To add some length to your corset panels, you can take a scrap piece of fabric and you can just tuck it underneath, and you can pin it in place so when you take it off that it will be easier to transfer to your paper pattern. But I'm just going to not pin it for now. And then you can trace where you want the piece to end, so I could start all the way over here if I want and kind of blend it in. And if I like where that ends, then that could be the new length of the pattern piece. So next you're going to transfer your lengthened piece to some paper so we can put it onto the according pattern piece. So what I did was I took this off the mannequin, off the dress form, and I laid down a piece of paper underneath and then chalk paper underneath as well, facing down on the paper, and I pinned away from the bottom of the panel here, which is not this little seam mark, but it's actually right here. So I will have room to trace it. So I'm just going to trace along the bottom of where the panel was, and I'll trace next to the boning channels here. And I'll trace my new line, and then pull out the piece of paper. So we have a new little shape, and I'm just gonna match it up with the bottom of that one. So next I'm going to tape this piece of paper to this one and cut out the new bottom of my panel. The only other panels that need adjusting are the busk panels for the extra length here that I don't need, and the back grommet panels that I already said that had too much length, and that will give me my extra space in the back that I want. If you want to adjust anything else, now would be the time. I do have another video I will link in the description that describes the rest of the mock-up adjustments that you can do. It is a little bit harder because of these external boning channels, but you can still adjust in the middle of the panel if you need to make it smaller, or snip it and make it a little wider. If you have to make too many adjustments to the patterns, then you will need to make a second mock-up to make sure that it fits correctly. Because the rest of the corset fits, and I'm just taking off width on the sides, I don't believe I need to make a second pattern. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.